Okay, Rick, we're live.
Okay, thank you, Rick Buckley. And I want to thank um, you, Rick Buckley, Jim Garrison, and Ubiquity University and Humanity Rising for broadcasting all of these 11 Days of Global Unity Summit panels. We're so excited today um, to have our 11 Days of Global Unity Summit panel on peace for the International Day of Peace. And joining us today will be Dr. Marty K. Casey, Karen Palmer, Fumi John Stewart, and my co-host for today will be Terry Angel Miller. My name is Rick Ulfik, and I'm founder of We the World and the We campaign at we.net. And I'm the co-creator of 11 Days of Global Unity with my dear friend Troy Lush. We concocted this wild idea and brought in global partners to launch it all 17 years ago in 2004. So it's our 17th anniversary. We're so excited that you're joining us. You can find out more about 11 Days of Global Unity and see all the broadcasts and events that have taken place up to this point. Check out the recordings. We've had some stellar panels and incredible folks. So you can find out all about this by going to we.net. And you can, and we invite you to collaborate with us as a volunteer or an organization partner as well. Um, these 11 campaigns, as I said, go all year long, not just during 11 days of global unity in September. So to collaborate, just go to we.net. Okay, let's bring in my co-host for today, Terry Angel Miller. Terry Angel Miller is the founder of angelspeakers.com. She is a certified happiness coach and spiritual mentor and an international bestseller on Amazon as co-author of Gateway to an Enlightened World, Collective Life Lessons to Support Planetary Transformation. Terry is also the Peace Ambassador for the state of Florida and is part of the Global Prosperity and Peace Initiative where the goal is to create a master action plan for world peace. She is on a national tour for peace, and Terry is coordinator of We the World's campaign for peace. Welcome to the broadcast, Terry Angel Miller, and please set the stage for today and bring in our other wonderful guests. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rick. Oh, what a delight this is. I've been looking forward to this day ever since I knew we were doing the 11 Days of Global Unity, and just so excited for this panel that is coming together today. These are peace visionaries. These are those of us who have seen with our own eyes that vision in front of us to bring more peace to the world. And what does that mean? What does that even look like? We're going to discuss how we can work together, how we can collaborate to bring more peace and harmony into our world. We believe that every person is equally important, that every voice matters. And how can we unify in our efforts to expand our individual projects and make it global? So, in this session, let's strategize how we can bring forth that vision of what we can do individually and collectively. The panel that is here with us today is amazing. You just heard Rick Ulfik, who is the founder of We the World. We also have on board Fumi John Stewart. Fumi, oh, what a beautiful, amazing person. And we're going to hear from her first, and then I will introduce the other panelists as they come forward. But I'll tell you who they are. Fumi, John Stewart, Karen Palmer, and Dr. Marty Casey is joining Rick and I on this panel. Fumi is the executive director of the World Peace Prayer Society, the Peace Pole Project, and Peace Pals International. In Fumi's words, I strive to become a walking peace pole to anchor the energy field of the universal message and prayer, may peace prevail on earth wherever I go. Fumi John Stewart is the executive director of the World Peace Prayer Society. She was born in Tokyo, Japan, and grew up with a sincere wish to bridge the two cultures of her American and Japanese parentage. Fumi was instrumental in introducing the Japanese based May Peace Prevail on Earth movement to the international community in the early 1980s. She brought the Peace Pole Project out of Japan and helped to establish the International Peace Pole movement. She assisted in opening the international headquarters of the World Peace Prayer Society, which was registered as a nonprofit corporation in the state of New York in 1988. Fumi also serves as U.S. liaison to sister organization, the Goi Peace Foundation of Japan. She currently lives in San Francisco and travels extensively to promote May Peace Prevail on Earth activities. Fumi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here to share what you are doing and how you see peace coming more prevalently throughout our world.
Thank you so much, Terry and Rick. We've been longtime friends in spirit as we together have collaborated so many years, and congratulations to your 17 years of dedication and passion. And with all of our panelists, hello, and everyone viewing this, Jim Garrison, beautiful job bringing us all together here. And today is the International Day of Peace. And what a day to be alive. I mean, we're blessed to be alive every day on earth, but especially today, because I think, this is a day that our spirit soars, and we just feel the presence of that divine spark of peace that lives in all of the peacemakers here today, listening and collaborating together, and also all of the people who are waking up now, remembering and resurrecting their divine spark of peace. It's really a day of celebration, and throughout the 11 days, Rick, you've been having the themes for 11 days, and today is the final day, isn't it? And it's like the synthesis. We're coming together in synthesis today. Our soul is coming together in peace, because I think every pathway leads to peace. So I'm so passionate here. You see the peaceful behind me, may peace prevail on earth. I just resonate with this message so much. I met this message when I was 20 years old, and I knew that I had to be connected with this. I wanted to know all about this message, and especially knowing that this message originated in Japan with this visionary at the time, in Masahisa Goi, and he in meditation received this message and said that because Japan experienced that horrific atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that Japan had a great mission to send a very powerful message that unifies the hearts and souls of all humanity into this big field of peace. And he said Japan has a mission to send this message out to the world. Well, this message is, I really feel now after 70 years, has become the global message, unifying message of peace. May peace prevail on earth, with so many people planting peace poles around the world, connecting that soul and spirit of peace, that belonging of peace, belonging to peace that we all feel, that resonates in our hearts. So today we're joined with millions of people who have planted peace poles, who have supported all of our movements for peace. It really is a day of celebration and rejoicing. Rick, I don't know how long. I need to speak. Would you please tell me if I go on, or is this just a short introduction? Terry? Oh,
Sorry. I was muting myself.
oh,
Um, yeah, you can go on a little bit longer. Just 5, 10 minutes is fine, and then we'll have a round table after everybody else has spoken too.
hmm hmm So, peace. May peace prevail on earth. And the power of peace, I think there's so much toxic thoughts that are surrounding the planet now. But I strongly feel that every word, thought, and action is so powerful that we need to remember it and acknowledge how powerful each and every one of us are. And to step into that power, it's really that time to really exponentially radiate our birthright, that spirit of peace that we have within, starting from all of us here that really have that faith and trust that we are here as divine beings to continue the creative, how would you say, the creation of life force, which is that spirit of peace, that we need to evolve with that. The world is evolving now, evolving. And I think that we're still very young as a planet, and we're going through our adolescence days, and to evolve together to a level where we can recognize that oneness, that we, Rick, that you talk about, the we consciousness, just bringing us all together in love, in harmony, in peace, and become a symphony of peace, a symphony of the peace prayers. Um, the the prayer we know, Saint Francis, we all are instruments of peace, and each one of us just radiating that instrument that we are. I don't know what instrument you are, Rick. You could be the harp. Oh, but you're a musician. So maybe you're the maestro that brings the symphony, the instruments playing for peace with all of our personalities together. And I think you are that master that takes everyone's beautiful sound of peace and piece us all together in that great symphony. And it is a real time, I think, that we all come together and feel that belonging we have with each other.
You know,
Jimmy,
I had an idea
uh-huh.
would you like to share your story, like how you got into this initially? I think that's a very powerful
Mm,
story, and
I
I think it could be meaningful for
I
people to
love that. Thank
hear
you.
about that.
Thank you, Rick. But I think we all have a story. We all have a story what made us walk the path of peace. But mine started at a very young age. My mother was Japanese and father was American. I was born in Tokyo. So I was surrounded by the Japanese community and the Japanese culture. And it was still very close to the end of World War II. I would say it was still in the recovery stages the aftermath of World War II, and the presence of the suffering after the war, the rebuilding, the reconstruction was going on, and especially that that feeling of the first atomic bomb being dropped on Japan was felt, not talked about, but it was felt. You could feel that in the presence of the Japanese field at that time. And I would always question, and it was a big, how would you say, struggle in my heart, to know that my fatherland, my father's country had bombed my motherland, my mother's country, and had dropped that horrific bomb. So I was, torn as a little child, trying to make reason of that and understanding that what happened at that time. And I made an agreement with myself. My little heart said, when I grow up, I want to become a bridge between East and West. I want to work for peace, and I want to be a peacemaker. So that was my first spark of peace that ignited in my heart. And I was so fortunate. When I was 21, I met up with May Peace Prevail on Earth in a very little sticker, a bumper sticker that someone gave to me. And when I found out that this movement started in Japan, influenced by the dropping of the atomic bomb, I just knew that, this was my life's path. And I've been so, so blessed to walk this path of peace, but with all of you also. So thank you, Rick, for asking me to tell that story, because it is very dear to me. And I know you have a story too, Rick. So bless us in our story of how we have become peacemakers. And I think all of our stories resonate together, because that is our passion. That's our passion of why we're here and why we're working together to really lift and uplift and evolve the planet into the next new world that we know so well that is coming. We feel it. So thank you so much, Rick. May peace prevail on earth.
Yes, may peace prevail on earth. Terry, do you want to bring in our next guest?
I would love to, and I would love to say, Fumi, I love you. I love your story, and I love the mission that you are on. And my soul is just so happy that I have a peace pole, and we are going to plant it in New York as soon as I get back that way. The next presenter is a dear, dear friend to me. She is so close, closer than even a relative could be. We have done many things together. Karen Palmer is a mom who made a wish that sparked a kindness revolution. She went from being homeless to being an internationally known global kindness leader and educator. Karen is known as Miss Kindness. She is a singer and a songwriter who writes uplifting music. These are songs of kindness with mindful, conscious lyrics that raise the vibration on the planet. She creates educational and musical coloring books, toys, and games to raise the levels of compassion, of gratitude, joy, kindness, and peace on earth. She is a spokesperson for Peace Pals, Kokori app, and We the World. Welcome, my dear sister, Karen Palmer.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much. Fumi, my dear sister, I just want to say it is such an honor to walk hand in hand with you as a spokesperson for Peace Pals. I just am so touched by the work that we get to do together. And I'm so honored to be a part of We the World, to be a spokesperson for We the World, to be bringing together the women, the allies, and the families, and to speak from a place of inclusion and kindness. And I really believe that peace and kindness are like peanut butter and jelly. They go together just like peanut butter and jelly. And I've been so honored to create musical coloring books to help families come together. I really believe that we need families coming together, playing board games, coloring together, singing together, meditating together, learning about mindfulness, learning how to communicate with one another, learning how to love one another unconditionally and accept each other completely and totally, no matter what our beliefs are, no matter what our differences seem to be. We are all one inside. So I am here basically to speak about how do we do this? How do we start to really have this experience on the planet? I truly believe that we have all together at this panel, and I'm excited for Dr. Marty to join us too, but this panel, we have loved this dream into this reality. We have brought this in. Rick had the vision 17 years ago of the 11 days of global unity. We've reached millions, if not billions, of people with the hope of that being accomplished. 11 days where we focus all our attention, and focus is follow one course until successful. And that's focus. When I talk to the kids and I share with them how honored I am to be a part of the Peace Pals. This is something that I really am so grateful to share with children, because Peace Pals International is nurturing inner peace and global awareness in the youth all around the world. Peace Pals is an international program designed to encourage youth ages 5 to 16 years old to become peacemakers dedicated to living in the spirit of the words, "May peace prevail on earth." Peace Pals fosters understanding and respect for the diversity and oneness of the human family and the natural world through its various creative activities. By nurturing inner peace and global awareness in the leaders of tomorrow, Peace Pals will create a future in which peace and harmony become a way of life. So I believe Fumi reached out to me. She saw some of the things that I was doing with social media, and she asked me to, this kindness, to be a spokesperson this year for the beautiful art contest that was happening. And this year, the theme is kindness. Kindness.
Kindness.
I love that word.
I love it, Karen. And, you know, we selected the theme kindness in honor of you, Miss Kindness. And the artwork has all been collected now. And we are ready for the judging process. We're going to all judge the artwork. It's so tremendous. And I think, Rick, you're one of the judges for us too. And of course, Karen will be judging. So thank you so much, Karen.
Yeah, I've been a judge in the past too, and I wanted to share some of the past winners, if that's okay, Terry.
Yes,
do we have time to do that? I'd just like to show some of the beauty that's already been expressed. But again, I just wanted to share one more time how incredibly honored I am to be a spokesperson for the Peace Pals International. I couldn't be more humbled to be the face that children can see behind Peace Pals. I truly believe that we all have a Peace Pal inside. I know we have an inner judge also, and I am very excited to create videos, music, and all types of fun ways for children to understand and communicate from their Peace Pal, to have a beautiful relationship with their Peace Pal inside, and to be able to foster that in seeing a Peace Pal in everyone that they meet, whether they are showing their Peace Pal or not. Because we have the whole month of October. And I'm so excited about this, Fumi. Our whole month of October is Bully Prevention Month. And I plan to use my voice in a way with the Peace Pals combined in a beautiful symphony of peace and kindness, and share that across all of our social media platforms so that we can truly, truly have an experience of peace and kindness in 2021. To know that that is what is possible for our world, and to be able to find and foster my own peace pal inside, and let that peace pal take over this human form and step out into the world in a way that this human form has never done before. Thank you.
Oh, Karen, how beautiful. And I had asked if Dr. Marty was here, so I'm not sure if she is or not. Let's go ahead and share some of that artwork.
Oh, great. So this is so exciting. This was the 2020 winners and finalists that we have. So the theme was sports and peace. Express yourself through sports and peace. And we have, I'm not sure how, is there a way that I can click on these and then they'll get bigger? Okay. So this is so exciting. So this is Peace Pals International Art Exhibition and Awards 2020 first place winner, age category 5 to 7.
Oh, Karen, let me jump in and say that, you know, this was the theme for 2020. And because of COVID, we couldn't have an exhibition. So we waited 1 year, and this year in July, during the Tokyo Olympics period, we had all the winners and the finalists in a Peace Pals exhibition at Narita Airport, which is Tokyo International Airport. So all of these artwork and winners and these beautiful pieces were displayed at the airport. So it was very special for Peace Pals this year. Thank you.
Oh, I love this one. Second place winner, age 5, Isabella in the United Kingdom. I love this one. I think it just really, really captures may peace prevail on earth. It's so beautiful. It's so exciting that you've done this for all these beautiful children, Fumi. Let's see our next one. We have Najilia, age 7 in Indonesia, our third place winner. And we'll go into the 8 to 10-year-olds. Varia, age 10 in Bulgaria. Oh, it's beautiful. May peace prevail on earth. So each of these art pieces have the beautiful, beautiful message of may peace prevail on earth. And it's an opportunity for children to express themselves through art. And this is such a blessing. This Deep Shika is age 10 from India. So talented. And third place, Aryan, age 10, India. So beautiful. And our next, age 11 to 13, Tenny, age 11 in Nigeria. Ooh, Second place, Yanzi, age 13 in Canada. Gorgeous. Third place, Yanyi, age 12, United States of America. May peace prevail on earth. And next category, 14 to 16. Harry, age 16 in Canada. Second place, Fatima, age 15, Saudi Arabia. Precious and beautiful. Actually, all of these are too wonderful for words. You just have to let them land in your heart. Third place, Hasmi, age 15, Myanmar. I'm gonna need Fumi to help me with all these pronouncings. It's gonna be a lesson in pronouncing for Karen. And Ria, age 16, India. So I'm so excited for what we're gonna see for our beautiful World Kindness Day, November 13th. So we have October as Bully Prevention Month. We have November as World Kindness Month. And we have December as Holiday Celebration Month. So Peace Pals will be celebrating the next 3 months in a big way. And we invite all of you to visit peacepalsinternational.org and come to we.net and check out all the wonderful things that we have going on there. And also check out our Gardens of Global Unity. We have virtual gardens on a beautiful website that the amazing Angel Fullerton created for us. With the help of Sue Blythe and myself, we had the idea and we came all together as a beautiful symphony. Everyone has an instrument to play. And I really believe that we are all instruments of peace. Thank you.
Exactly. So thank you, Karen. That was fabulous to get the art show going for Peace Pals International.
I'm so excited, Fumi, that we're going to be able to do exhibitions too again. I can't wait to be able to be there and actually see the kids and be able to soon hug them and talk to them and have Miss Kindness explain about their Peace Pal inside.
Yep, sounds good. So I'm thinking, Terry, would you like to also give your story? I mean, you've been on this tour for peace with many road adventures, I'm sure you can tell us about, right?
Oh, absolutely, Rick. Thank you for asking. You know, we all have passion inside of us. We all hear those nudges and hear those messages of what's dear to our heart. And peace has been dear to my heart my whole life. But in the last decade, I've been hearing the urge to do something. And I heard loud and clear, it's time to stop sitting on the couch. It's time to get out there. It's a call to action. And I think it wasn't just a call to action for me. And that proved to be true because this journey that I'm on is called Our Journey of Healing, the Peace on Earth Tour. And if I can share my screen, which I think I can, I'd like to share just a very short video of this journey over the last year. I have to go find it here on my screen, so give me just a moment. And the music that you are going to hear was written to the tune of Kumbaya. It is sung by Prince Fleet Easton, who participated in the one of the California land blessings, just a little backstory here, there have been 14 land blessings to date. You're going to see information about, I believe there's 9 of them that's in this video. I did not create one for the up to date, which is now 14, and tomorrow will be number 15. So I'm going to share my screen so you all can see what we have done so far.
Are standing here, kumbaya. We are standing here, kumbaya. We are standing here, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. This is sacred land, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. We will bless this land, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Now we say our prayer, kumbaya. Oh God, kumbaya. We will hear our prayers, kumbaya. We will hear our prayers, kumbaya. We will hear our prayers, kumbaya. Oh God.
So as you can see, there's been fun along the way. And so you might ask, what is a land blessing, right? What happened when I heard the message to go do this mission, I was told that there would be places on the earth where a land blessing would be held, which includes honoring the land as our grandfathers honored the land, our ancestors, to respect it, to call in the energy of the ancestors and the people of the land, to accept the energy of peace. And so we would do an energy exchange, and we would send prayers down into Mother Gaia, and we would do a ceremony just for the Peace on Earth. Everyone is recorded. It was all shared out on social media, and that can all be seen on that website, peaceonearthtour.live. Everyone brings in a different energy depending on where it's at. But the important thing about this journey is that it's all connected. So the blessing that is done in, let's say, Tennessee is connected all across the country, coast to coast over to California, and then back again into New York and into Massachusetts, which is where the last land blessing was held. And then tomorrow we will be doing one right here in Vermont. And we're so excited that this movement, we laughingly titled it Peace for Peace movement, because we got the message one day that we are all like peas in a pea pod. We are all so connected, and let's grow peace together with that in mind. And we make a statement every day. Every day we come together in a show that Karen and I co-host called Chanting for Change. And the change is what we want to see in the world. And that statement that we make is we declare that there is peace on earth. And we declare that that peace begins inside of us, because that's where it has to begin. It has to come from inside of us before it will spread out to the world. And that's my vision, is that we can all do that. And I'd love for us to have, well, Rick, I would love first to hear a bit from you, and then let's have just a short discussion about how we can work together to make this more of a reality in our world.
Good, yeah. Thank you, and that's great. Thank you for sharing that video, and for giving us the scoop on your tour for peace and the land blessings and everything. So I thought that I might share some interesting ideas that have come up about the International Day of Peace that haven't quite happened yet, but I want to put that out to everyone that's listening, because you know, we've done a lot with the International Day of Peace, and of course 11 Days of Global Unity is totally in support of and based on the International Day of Peace, and yet there are some potentials to go for. So one of the big ones, is this idea of the International Day of Peace becoming a day to celebrate a global ceasefire. So where we would have no any conflict. You know, there are dozens, I think it's up to like 60 areas or more around the planet that are in active conflict now. And of course, when there are active conflicts, you know, one of the first things that people try to do is have a ceasefire to allow the sides to work it out. So can you imagine if there was an organized kind of team, a global team, working on each of those areas on the planet to think about having a global ceasefire during this time of the International Day of Peace. And it would be a symbol to the planet that if we can do it for one day, we can do it for 365 days, right? So that's one area that just has not happened yet, but it's an idea that can happen. Another idea that comes off of that is having a ceasefire in the media on the International Day of Peace. It's a very powerful idea that could happen, but again, it will take a bunch of media activists going out to all the mainstream media. You know, you can imagine Netflix and all of the major media outlets and saying for one day on the International Day of Peace, let's have no violent content, right? Imagine how powerful that would be, a ceasefire in the media for the International Day of Peace. So that's another powerful idea. I just want to put it out there. Anybody who wants to work on these things, we will do it, with We the World and our partners, if you are excited about this. So that's another very powerful idea, a ceasefire in our media for the International Day of Peace. Another idea is a ceasefire in our communities. Can you imagine a day of nonviolence in our communities? And I'm talking about gangs, I'm talking about domestic violence, domestic disputes, and promoting and just getting that out there as a general message. It could be a public service announcement. We want to have a day of peace in our communities, a ceasefire in our communities. So anyway, so those are some ideas I wanted to put out, that they're just potentials that have not happened yet for the International Day of Peace, and I think we can do it. And I think maybe that is a good segue to bring in our next guest. Would you like to do that, Terry?
Yes, I think you're
and
so
Dr.
right.
Marty, you can change the name on your screen.
Thank you, Rick.
Because
Rick,
I think you came in on Rick Buckley's link, but you can change the name on your screen. But go ahead, Terry.
Oh, Rick, I just want to say I so fell in love with this idea that you proposed to have that ceasefire. Oh, what that would be like a day in heaven, to have no violence going on for an entire day and just focus on peace. This next presenter that I want to bring forward, I have stood with this person, I have hugged her, I have felt the love flowing from her. Dr. Marty Casey has taken her gift of artistry to the world stage through activism. A renowned artist and stage playwright turned activist, founder and CEO of Ungunned Institute, Dr. Casey has turned her attention and efforts toward disarming trauma in individuals, formulating this organization, helping individuals to release trauma from violence in the mind, body, and soul. Having gained numerous accolades over the years as an actress, songstress, and writer, 2020, the year of global pandemic, would prove to be no different when it comes to recognizing this activist. At the onset of the pandemic, Dr. Casey's one-woman show, It's Not a Man's World, premiered in New York for the AARP Association, selling out in hours. Additionally, Dr. Casey was featured on the cover of the St. Louis Business Journal as one of the top 25 2020 most influential businesswomen in St. Louis. Dr. Casey's community and philanthropy efforts over the past 10 years have won her numerous awards and accolades, and she is continuing to use art for connecting, communicating, and for healing. And you do it so well, Dr. Marty. Welcome to this panel discussion.
Oh my goodness, Terry, how much I love you, and just seeing you in this moment just reminded me of when we had our special intimate time, as I showed you around Ferguson. And Ferguson in Missouri here is just 10 minutes from where I actually live. So when I think about International Day of Peace, I have to think about when there was local war in my own community. And then I even break that down more, and I think about even when there has been even inner spirit war with myself. So if I think about how I want to reach for world peace, and as I see the peace pole behind Fumi saying, may peace prevail on earth, I have to start with first the peace inside of me and where I am and where peace lives in me. And so I just want to invite everyone as I fall into this sacred space, because I can feel the synergy and the energy that is here. I want to ask you to just do this right now. Simply take your fingertips and say, peace must first start with me. Peace
must
first start with me. Now I want you to say that without speaking it out loud, but continue the fingers moving on your body. Do it again for me, please. Continue to say it, but we don't hear it, but you feel it. Thank you. What I have just invited you to do was to wake up your heart, to spark your heart with your own inner peace. And when there is trauma and disruption and confusion and misunderstandings all around you, even if you can't speak the words out loud, I want you to just simply, where you are, start tapping your heart. Let the peace start in your own heart to wake you up, so that when you have an opportunity to speak, it comes from a very pure place. I'm so excited to be here because this is International Peace Day. We're Zooming all around the world and from one Zoom room to the next. And I actually just finished somewhere else. And I said, but I gotta go because I gotta get in here. Because what I recognize is that what we do collectively is what's going to connect and make a difference as to what we do as a whole. We have to keep adding. So jumping from that Zoom room into this one, I'm pulling the synergy and the energy from that one, and I'm coming here with it. And this was something else that I asked them to do in the other room, and I want to invite you to do the same here, even as I'm coming into the space. Rick, this is a we thing. And so I asked this to start with you, to extend your hands out to the screen where we can see your hands. Lift them high where I can see them. Into the screen, into the frame. Do this. Put your hands into the frame and hold them there for me. I'm going to wait till you get your other hand up. No, keep your hand out, Rick, because I need to place my hands inside of your hands. And now I need someone to place their hands inside of mine. And we keep stacking like those bricks that's behind me. We stack them brick by brick. The reason that I asked you to extend your hand, Rick, so I can place my hands in your hands, is that because this is the room that you are leading. You're taking the lead. So you're going to carry the heavy weight here, right? But we're in it together. So I place my hand on top of your hands. And I also want you to know the significance of having the palms open, because the work that I do with Ungun Institute, it's about ungunning and removing and getting rid of anything that you cannot use. And the 4 principles that Ungun is built on is to give, forgive, heal, and live. So Rick, as you open your palms to give, I'm able to now place my palms open so someone else can come and receive, and they give, and they keep their palms open so others can come and lay on top of that, and we continue to give. I want to thank you all for doing those 2 things with me. And I want you to know, every Zoom room that you go in, that you continue to do that. We cannot allow technology to keep us from connecting. It's our connection that will allow us to continue to build what is possible for us to see. We are claiming, Fumi, may peace prevail on earth. We see those words, we recognize those peace posts, but we have to add to that. Fumi can't do it alone. And so Dr. Marty wants you to know, every time you go into a room, you offer and ask the leader of that room to extend their hands where everybody can be seen, and we continue to lift with them. We add, we give, we add, we give, we add, we give. And that is how we stay connected, even in this Zoom room. I want to thank you for having me here. I don't know if there's a specific question that you would like for me to answer. Rick or Terry or Karen, can someone tell me what you want me to speak
Well,
about? How long?
I have some ideas.
Sure.
So it would be wonderful to hear about your work with Ungun and what you do, what ungunning is, and then maybe also talk about Black Sunday and the anniversary of the killing of Michael Brown and what you've been doing with Michael Brown's family and all of that stuff.
Wow, Rick wants me to just go ahead and talk for an hour, but I'm not going to do that. I've been known to come to a Zoom room and forget what time it is. And I have people like, okay, so I'm not going to do that, Rick, but I'm going to answer as much as I can as to what you asked. The first thing is, what is Ungun? First of all, Ungun is for everyone. What are we working on when we're working on ungunning? We're helping every individual to disarm from trauma. Raise your hand if you've ever gone through something that's been traumatic. I know I could raise both hands and both legs, feet, and fingers and everything, right? Because I've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. We understand that collectively we've seen a lot. We've been through a lot, maybe some more than others. It's no judgment here. There's not even any measurement. But the bottom line is that I recognize through my quote, hurt people, healed people, heal people. So whatever it is that you've been through, so you don't pass it on like a unwanted virus, we want you to ungun it. We need you to get rid of that. We need you to remove it. Now, this is the thing, and this is what I tell everybody in every workshop that I teach, in every speaking engagement that I have an opportunity to speak. I always say this: we cannot change what has happened. We simply cannot. We can only change how we feel about it. And the reason that is important, because everything that downloads in our body, our mind, and our spirit, it comes from our senses, something that we see, we feel, we hear, we taste, we touch, right? That tells us how we feel about it. And so what I heard a chief say one time on our Unity Earth call, he said his grandfather told him, if you can feel it, you can heal it. Oh, amen to that, because that is the truth. And so now what I say is that you can only heal what you feel. You can only heal what you feel. You have to feel it first in order to heal it. And that is what Ungun does. Ungun allows you to feel what's deep down inside, what's been suppressed, what you have ignored, what you don't want to remember, what you're trying to forget about. It allows you to feel it again for a brief moment so that we can then ungun and pull it out, and you don't have to worry about that again. Because what we do, we take that and we create something new for your mind to remember, something new for your spirit to hold on to, and something new for your body to do. Because it's a signal is what we send, and that signal creates energy. And so it starts with what you feel. It starts in your heart. That's why I say, come on, you got to tap your heart and know that, hey, it starts with me. Peace starts with me. So as you tap it into your heart, that sends a message up to your brain, and your brain is asking the question, well, what do we think about it? Okay, let me see. What do I think about that? So as I begin my healing, what I want my brain is to remember something that I've done powerful with it, something I've done positively with it. That's what I want my brain to remember, because as my brain sends a message to my body, it's my body that holds the action as to what I'm going to do with it. See, hurt people because what they have done continued. They push the hurt up here. Their mind tells their body, now do something to hurt them because we felt hurt. So let them feel what we felt, right? But when we ungun it, what we start to feel is our place of healing. And that is also an energy. And so we tell our mind, we are healed from that thing. I don't have to hurt anybody. Then what do you think about it? I think we should now hug somebody. We should love them from that place of that I've experienced what you've experienced. I see it on you. And I ask if I can just embrace you right now. Can I hold you in your fear? Can I give to you in your lack? Can I help you understand what you may not be knowledgeable of? Can I offer some words of understanding and encouragement? Because I only want you to give to me when you feel better. That's what I want. And that's how I know peace will prevail on earth. Because the opposite of peace is war. We're at war with self. We're at war. We got an inner war going on with self and all of the stuff that has happened to us. And because we have not ungunned it, we haven't let it go, we continue to hurt others. So my mission, Rick, to answer your question, and it also encompasses Black Sunday. I'm watching those who are at war with one another. Black men are killing Black men. Black boys are being killed by police officers, by these structures that we need to dismantle and build up again. The reason I sit in front of these bricks is because everything I do is for building. And when I come into everyone else's Zoom room, inside my bricks is martyr. You help to hold my build together. We do this collectively as one. I cannot build without your martyr. But I only want you to give me martyr if you're healed. Because what we're building has to be strong enough to sustain and help somebody else. In that other Zoom room, someone asked a very special question, profound question. They said, I've been watching images of what's going on at the borders with people in Haiti. What can we do about it? And this is what I offered. I would like to today, here on International Peace Day of 2021, being an ambassador of peace, I'm asking you to join me in a new movement we're proclaiming today. And this movement is called Foster a Friend in Haiti. If we all can give a little bit of what we have an abundance of, is that money, is that time, is that shoes, is that clothes, is it a ride? What is it? What can we give to a friend in Haiti right now to help them stand stronger? Grandmother Sasa just said in another place, she says the healing starts in the feet and it moves up in the body. Oh, I receive that. We must be boots on the ground, feet in our boots, moving towards making a difference. So in Black Sunday and Ungun and Marty's Act Up class, or you see me at the Emmys or the Oscars or anywhere, you better know I'm in that room to help somebody heal. And I use it through the arts. Everything that I do that allows me to stay open, to be loved, to receive love, and to give love, I tap into my own artistry from the inside. I work on me every day. I'm human. I make mistakes. I have flaws. I offend. I do so much that isn't pleasing to my creator, but I ungun it so I don't keep living in it and making those same mistakes. Every day I go inside myself and I take a time in, not a time out. A time in is a time to reflect, so that you can just simply rest inside of yourself. Breathe. Breathe. Who's taking a breath today intentionally? It's because we take for granted that our body just breathes for us. But when the last time have we taken a breath and we listened to it? We heard it. And we were grateful for it. We said, thank you, body, for breathing for me today. If you don't take time to go inside yourself, we forget to say thank you. We must start operating from a place of gratefulness. Just like we're getting ready to create Foster a Friend in Haiti, one day, somebody somewhere may have to foster a friend in America. Let's not take our breathing for granted, because breathing is an indication we have life. I want to live my best life. I don't want to just exist. Living my best life is building my bricks, looking for Martyr to hold me together so Dr. Marty can show up and be better in this world. So I can live and leave a legacy behind. Because when I leave a healthy, wealthy legacy behind, I'm giving someone else my bricks to stand on. I'm so glad Dr. Martin Luther King left some bricks for me. I'm so glad that Congressman John Lewis gave me a brick. I'm so glad Mother Teresa gave me a brick. Gandhi gave me a brick. Who has given you a brick to build from? Dr. Marty wants to give somebody, everybody, anybody a brick. And I can only do that if I don't let them crumble and fall. So I thank you right now for helping to hold my bricks together by giving me Martyr, Rick. You've given me so much Martyr, Fumi. Karen, thank you for the Martyr. Terry, you came in person and hand delivered your Martyr. Thank you. Thank you.
Woo. Oh my gosh, my heart is full of love, Dr. Marty. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And I think that is the perfect way for us to all just take a moment to think about how can we do this together to really expand this out into the world. Let's talk about that, because I know, Marty, I know your mission. I know my mission. I know Karen's, Fumi's, and Rick's. How can we pull this all together? And Rick, thank you for We the World, because that's your mission, is to bring us all together. How can we collaborate more and help each other and lift each other and bring the bricks?
Such a great analogy. And it's more than an analogy, right? I mean, it's right behind you, right, Dr. Marty?
Yes.
It sure is. So it's really important. And we are all standing on the past bricks. And we're making bricks as we speak for all the people here. We are, and you know, there's another way of putting that that I've heard John Raymer and others express it. It's like creating the scaffolding that we need to build this, to build a world that works for all. Really, it's the scaffolding. You know, all the different things that we're all contributing to each other. That's the helping with the technology and the outreach to all of our collective networks and everything. And yeah, this idea is to keep that going and bigger and bigger and bigger, and to do what Jonathan Granoff said when we launched the We campaign in 2009 and we.net. He said, I hope that we expands so much that there is no longer any them. You know? So, well, I guess this is a good time to kind of call it to a close. Terry, what do you think?
Yeah, I would just like to ask if anyone would like to read or speak something to close us, and with the thoughts and the focus on collaborating and doing this together to bring our world to more of a peaceful world.
I'd like to add something, Terry and Dr. Marty. So, what a joy to be with you. I know all of us are working overtime during Peace Week, and just, great respect to all of you. But I'm with you with building peace brick by brick, and planting peace, peaceful, planting peace one peaceful at a time. We're all building together, collaborating together. And I have this Oh, yes. Thank you. A baby peaceful. Even baby peacefuls have their great power. So I have this a saying that I would like to contribute to. It's by Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, and it goes like this. And I think it's a beautiful way to bring the synthesis together of what we created. Remain true to yourself and move ever upward toward greater consciousness and greater love. So, again, greater consciousness and greater love. At the summit, you will find yourself united with all those who, from every direction, have made the same ascent. For everything that rises must converge. And I think that's really what we're doing. And you know, just to make that commitment, whatever path we're on, to make that commitment, to go full on, you know, now, and recognize each other's role and color, and like come together as instruments of peace together, and just recognize and rise together. So thank you so much. And I'm rising with all of you here, with all of you watching on Facebook. Let's rise together. May peace prevail on earth.
May peace prevail on earth.
I
And
would,
I want, yeah, go ahead. And I
I'm
have
sorry, I'm going to make
something
it
also.
okay. I'm
ahead.
going to make it real quick, but this is also something that I've been introducing in the last week or so. I actually just attended the Emmys, and I was in the room with all these Hollywood mega stars. But I want you to know that's just what they do for a living. They're just like everybody else. They are also going through so many things. We must keep everybody lifted, no matter how different they are, where they are, who they are, right? We got to treat everybody the same. And so I am pushing this out. 314 is the area code and where I live in St. Louis, 314. And that's how you're going to remember what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking everybody around the world here on out, as long as I have breath in my body, to do the 314. That's simply 3 times a day. Choose one activity that you love and actually sit down and do that activity for just 4 minutes. Set your clock. 3 times a day, one activity. That could be journaling, it could be reading, it could be listening to music, it could be meditation, whatever it is, but just do it for 4 minutes. The reason I'm asking you to do this, think about this: when we're sick in our bodies and the doctor gives us a prescription, 9 times out of 10, a really good prescription is going to say, take it 3 times a day, right? And that is so your body can get accustomed for it to manifest and to work from the inside out, things you don't even see. And after a while, you notice that medicine is working. You forgot what the sickness was. It's like, I'm feeling so much better. Well, that is what we're doing right now. I'm prescribing you a medication, a natural medication that's inside of yourself. When you put your mind, body, and spirit on this regimen, 3 times a day, one activity for 4 minutes, do it every single day. So that when trauma hit or hurt and pain comes, or different things that your mind, body, and spirit might recognize, boom, you got some medicine inside you that's going to fight against that. And it is not going to take you out. That trauma is not going to take you out, but you will naturally be able to fight against it through your natural healing of the medication that you've been taking by doing that. I simply invited everyone in that room to color, grown people coloring. And they were like, Dr. Marty, I haven't colored since I was a kid, but this feels so good. I just wanted them to sit there for at least a minute or two. They sat for 5, 10, 15 minutes coloring, because their mind remembered something that they did when they was a child, when they didn't have to worry about the bills, or when they was going to get the next audition, and they didn't have to worry about how they was going to pay the car note, or if they can still live in Hollywood, right? Their mind just went back to what they did naturally as a child. So I'm inviting everybody around the world to do that. Start today. Thank you, Rick.
That is so beautiful. It allows us to be our own scaffolding, especially in times of tragedy or trauma or just discomfort. COVID, we're all facing so many things these days, right? So that's a way that we can heal heal ourselves so that we can heal others, right? So I wanted, since today is the last day of our 11 Days of Global Unity, I wanted to invite you, Dr. Marty, and everybody on the panel, and everybody watching, to our after party. We're doing it tomorrow. We're doing it tomorrow, and it's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is right after the weekly Unity Earth Call for people who jump on that each week. And they're going to be musicians and singers and wonderful folks who've been speaking during 11 days. And I'm going to start it off on the piano, which a lot of people don't realize that I'm a musician besides all of this stuff with We the World. So I'm going to start that off. So I want to invite all of you, and especially you, Dr. Marty, because I don't think you've had that. I've heard you sing, and if you come tomorrow, that would be wonderful to hear, for people to hear you. I'm going to drop the registration link in the chat here.
I think Rick did that for us.
Oh, he did? Okay,
Rick
great.
Buckley did.
I haven't been looking at the chat, but I had that. I was going to do this. So we got it. We got it from multiple Ricks on this
Got it covered.
Zoom link. But and we'll try to put it up on we.net as well, and on 11daysofglobalunity.org, 11 with a numeral. So thank you, Terry. Thank you all so much. I guess we accomplished what we always like to do on all of our events, on our broadcasts. 3 things: to inspire, inform, and involve, right? You and everyone, to create a world that works for all. 3 I's: inspire, inform, and involve. 3 I's that make a we. Yes, so we can go from a me society, a me-based society, to a we-based society. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.